Hello and welcome to the theElpyDimension. I am your guide, Elpy. Today is the 30th of December 2024. We are almost to 2025. It is 47 degrees Fahrenheit or 8.3 degrees Celsius. This is bed 3. And today was partly sunny. And I haven't been in here since the last video. Doesn't look like much has changed. I believe, by the way, that this pointy weed here, or plant rather, is miner's lettuce, Claytonia. So not much growth in that. Is Swiss chard, kale, collards, that volunteer arugula has been growing, Swiss chard. So most likely they will survive the winter, and that's all they'll do. They won't grow. It's this is the warmest day. We've had a 3 or 4 day warm spell, and now it's about to be winter for real in Michigan. I never did finish screwing this side down, so this one is not actually as secure as it could be. But here's my broadleaf sage, still looking great. The Chico bunching onions, been living here for some years. They're looking good. And look at this. These are carrots that obviously seeds that didn't germinate that are decided to germinate. Okay, so this is bed 2. This is our cauliflower plant, kohlrabi and lettuce. I should harvest a bunch of stuff. I wanted to kind of give it as much more of a chance to grow as possible. Kale, and I need to find a good way to preserve parsley or give it away. Sorrel. A lot of the green that you see is chickweed. It is an edible weed. So yeah. Everything's surviving in here. Now let's go to the backpack. Oh, by the way, this is Italian dandelion or chicory in my green stalk. It's holding on. It's not looking very good, especially that new growth. That's not protected at all. Okay, here we are in the backpack garden. So this is, those little green things are garlic that I planted. And then, so quite a bit of them, well, I planted all around the perimeter, so maybe 50% of them came up. Anyways, those bunches are whole bulbs that were left in the ground intact. They look to be fine. That's a volunteer calendula. Here is more of the whole bulbs. This is the bed where most of them are at. We see a couple of little garlics that popped up. We'll come back to that. This is volunteer collards. Here's our red Russian kale. It's looking pretty shoddy. Looks like a lot more of it sort of crashed and burned than not, but then again, it's still alive. I think it just looks worse than when you really look at it. It's actually doing quite well. And this is some of the first garlic that I planted, and it looks like most, but not all of them, came up. Few in the middle did. So here we have German extra hardy, and those are ones that I harvested. And then in the middle is Chestnut red, also ones from my harvest. And then up front is music, again from my harvest. And we've got not 100% germination, but those guys in the back are doing the best. Okay. Let's see here. There's that guardsman onion still holding on. We see some garlic coming up. Wait, there's one. There's one up front here. There's some more there. Here's our other volunteer collards. That's a weed. I think that's daisy fleabane, because that's what was growing here. So they're looking good. Some of the ones that are the older, bigger leaves are dying, but that guy over there doesn't look so good. But for the most part, I mean, remember, these aren't covered at all. So, that's just impressive. Yeah, so these, we see some freezer burn, if you will, is what I'm going to call it. Yeah, there's some more. And this is the northern white. I think that's what it's called. Garlic that I planted around the perimeter of this bed. So there's one over there. Not the bundles. The bundles are all their own thing. And then I planted a bunch of garlic here. And it actually looks like something's been disturbing the tops of them, almost eating the tops of them. That's interesting. But, yeah. So, there's another. Wow, I've never had that issue. Huh. Looks like the ones in the back are more germinated than the ones in the middle. But, oh wow. That's a dead possum. Oh my goodness. How in the world? What the heck happened to you, dude? Wow. That's really sad. I don't have a problem with possums. I just saw a possum. No, and he's not playing dead. He's really dead. I just recently saw a possum on the camera last night, a really big one. Look at their tail. Yeah, wow. I'm gonna need to bury him. Huh. I guess I'll see when I move him what happened. I'm assuming he was injured and then died there. I don't know if possums fight each other, but that's too bad. Oh, yeah. All right, well, so that's what's going on in the garden. It's about to get really cold, but it's also about to be January, so that's pretty fair, right? Let's go ahead and pull some greens off for my birds. We'll get them some kale as well. And yeah, so we've had a really mild winter thus far, and things are just looking winter sloppy, as is the case. My hose is still out. I'm gonna water the hoop houses. Looks like none of the garlic that I planted in here have sprouted, but the Sweet Williams, which do tend to stay pretty green throughout the year, they're doing their thing. And this tricolor sage looks nowhere near as good as the other one. There's some marjoram down there. My hands are like disgustingly dry, sorry. And this is the thyme. It's hanging on. Oh, before I go, this out. So it's probably been 1.5 years, if not 2 years, since this branch on my apple tree split. And it's still alive. Oh, wow. Who chews on? Who does that? Interesting. But I suspect that, one, it's still connected to the mother, and two, it's laying in the ground there. And what I have been meaning to do is I was going to do Lead Farmer's chili dog air layering method. I did ask him about it once quickly in a live, and I was going to go check out his video, and because this branch is still alive. But I'm tempted. I'm probably not going to do it now, because unless I plan on bringing it inside, and I don't. So I'll probably just leave it for the winter. But that's a whole new tree right there. Alright, well, better get back inside. That's what we got going on in the garden, despite the cold. But now we're about to get that real cold that we so are actually used to in Michigan. And we'll see how that treats everything. They really should all be just fine. Alright, thanks so much for your time and your interest. Be safe, be well, Happy New Year. I really hope it is a good year for all of us. Bye for now.